finally got my closet done.
Yay. That's so exciting.
That doesn't sound sincere.
I don't think I knew your closet needed to be done.
Now I know why it doesn't sound sincere.
What was wrong? We recorded last time in your closet. It was really nice. Cedar lined. Beautiful.
Oh, the cedar's still there. I just got it like professionally done with like professionally, like one of those professional closet places.
Oh.
And it looks really nice and it's organized. Don't you remember all my clothes were everywhere? And like Bhavneet was sleeping in my office and I had to go sneak in to get my underwear? Sorry. TMI.
No, I did not know that.
She's such a sound sleeper.
Yeah, she sleeps like a log. I did not know you were having closet woes. You hid them very well.
In my filing cabinet. What?
I thought your closet looked like fine.
Yeah, anyway, so I'm just excited because it's a great place to record and you're going to notice the difference in sound because it's like, I have the closet done, all my clothes, so it's like really like soundproof in here. I
don't know if I'll notice a difference in sound, but we'll see if Dave has any snide comments to make about the sound when he redoes our sound for us.
Have him insert it right here.
I will ask him and be like, and we'll edit it in.
Oh, that's what the shelving EQ feature's for. That's from audio nerds out there.
Oh, I have the perfect story about closets and wardrobes. But first, hello and welcome to the next episode of It's Your Time to Shine, a podcast about being a mom in a modern world. My name is Jaspreet Kaur, and with me is my friend Lisa Vora. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa Vora sitting in her brand new closet.
Awesome. Okay, you won't believe what happened to me this morning. I have to tell you this. Mm-hmm. So I work out. I try to work out at work. We have a gym there, and I've been really into like just whatever it is. If I only have a half hour, if I only have 45 minutes, like just do a short amount of time. So this morning I had 45 minutes and I was like, I'm going to do a 20-minute workout because I need the 20 to 25 minutes to get ready afterwards. And I grabbed all my stuff. So basically if I'm going early in the morning, rather than like taking a shower and then going to work, what I do is I just wake up, put on my workout clothes, take my clothes that I'm going to wear with me, and then take a shower there and get ready.
Yeah.
So I grabbed all my stuff, and my big fear is that I will go to work and like not have shoes or like be missing the star or something, and then just be like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And this isn't like an unfounded fear. It hasn't happened to me before, but it's happened to one of my coworkers. And one day I saw him and he was wearing like one black shoe and one brown shoe. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, is that noticeable? And I was like, yes, it's noticeable. And he was like, he worked out at like 5 a.m. and he didn't want to wake up his wife because he's like a really good husband. So he grabbed his shoes in the dark and they're very similar. He's like not that varied in his like taste. So he had one black shoe and one brown shoe. And then he was like, I didn't know if I should do this or sneakers.
I didn't think anyone would notice.
He says, my plan was just to sit at my desk all day. And I was like, oh my God.
We're going to go out to lunch. No, thanks.
So because of that, I like had this fear that this will one day happen. So I'm always like constantly checking. Okay, so before I tell you what happened this morning, you have to know that me and Bhavneet went to the mall last weekend and I found the cutest linen dress at Anthropologie. I tried it on and it was just adorable. And like for me, my size and the height that I am, it's hard to find the perfect dress. Like dresses are just not made for short people. And then also like because of, because I'm a sick and stuff, I don't wear like stuff that's super short or like super, cleavage, that kind of thing.
Right.
So finding like respectable summer linen dresses that's like good quality is really hard. So I spent money on this dress and I spent money on at Victoria's Secret, like getting one of those bralettes, so it's like really cute with the back that I have. It's just cute. And I was so excited. I was like, okay, I'm going to wear this tomorrow. So I packed all my stuff. I go to the gym. I do my 20-minute workout. I actually did 25 minutes and like really pumped, literally. And then I go take a shower. I'm getting ready and I put my dress on. And
yeah,
I'm like, oh my gosh, this dress is like way too revealing. Like I feel like that it was like a square neck in the front. And I was like, why did I get this? And I just started freaking out. So I was like, okay, what should I do? So I'm looking through my bag, my gym bag, to see like what kind of stuff I have in there. I have like an extra workout shirt, but it's kind of stinky. And then I work out with a bandana. So the stud is actually wide. So I could use it like a scarf and wrap it around my the top, you know, so it just looks like I'm wearing like a scarf with a skirt.
Yeah.
But then I didn't have another this thought, and I'd have to wear my bright hot pink bandana that's like bedazzled. And I was like, okay. And I had a meeting that I was going to meet with someone.
Physical. Sorry.
And then, so I'm just like, okay, what do I do? And I'm just sitting there, I'm like getting ready, and I'm like, okay, I just ended up getting ready and then just going right from the gym. There's a door right to the parking lot, and I went back to the parking garage, and I came home, and I called the person that I was supposed to meet, and I was like, hey, can we just talk on the phone? I just told her what happened. Like, she's another mom, and I was like, she's going to understand. I just said, listen, I had like wardrobe malfunction, and I have to talk to you on the phone rather than meeting face to face. We were going to meet at a coffee shop at work. And she was like, no problem. So I finished the meeting with her, and then I came home, and I come inside, and Bottom's like, what's going on? It's 9:00. And I was like, I know. You won't believe what happened. And I was like, my dress. And he was like, what's wrong with it? And I was like, it's a little too showy, don't you think? And he was like, it's okay. And I said, for work? And he was like, it's great for the beach. So that just gives you the answer right there, right?
Right. It's revealing. Yeah.
And I said, you know, I can't believe it. I got this dress and I totally loved it, and it wasn't on sale. And I don't shop that much. So I was like, so excited about this. I was like, how did this even happen? And he goes, I don't know. And I said, you know, the thing I was most excited about? And he said, no, what? And he's like not even really making eye contact. He's working and he's like busy, right? And I said, the pockets. I got a dress with pockets. I was so excited about it. And I put my hand into my pockets and they don't fit. And I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I looked down. I'm wearing the dress backwards.
Oh, no. You wore the dress backwards the entire day?
I was wearing the dress backwards. No, just that morning. And that's why it had like a square back.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I got the bralette, so that it would all just be covered. And I was wearing that in the front. And it's actually like a really high neck. It's like one of those, you know, summer dresses with like the high neck. And then the back is a little bit low. And I turned it around. I went in the closet, turned it around, came back out. And I was like, Bottom, look at me now. And he was like, oh, much more discreet-like.
Don't take that to the beach. Oh, that's funny. Because I was like, did she buy another dress? Did she buy the wrong dress? Like, I was thinking, what happened? How does that even happen?
I know. And I am such a dingbat. I didn't even think like, okay, stop. Let me think. Like, where's the label? Nothing. And you know, it's one of those dresses where the zipper's on the side. And I didn't even pay attention to whether it's supposed to be on the left side or right side. Like, you know what I mean? So if it was in the back, obviously.
I don't even know. Are they supposed to be on the right? I think it's the right?
I don't know. Right now, mine's on the left, so who knows if there's a thing. But
oh, maybe it is left. Now that I think about it, I think it's left. I don't know. See, these aren't things people know.
See, I don't know. But this was a real thing. And like this dress that I have, it has buttons on the back and the front is plain. So I was I just need to go on vacation. That's what this means.
Okay. You need to take a picture of the dress worn incorrectly and then correctly. We have to see this. Okay?
That's so funny. Okay. I will do that. We'll use it for the cover art for this episode.
And my new closet. Because, you know.
Yes, absolutely. We need to have me in my dress in your new closet.
Yeah, exactly. We can do it. Photoshop. It's done.
Yeah. And, you know, the cool thing was like when I called this woman that I work with and I told her what happened, she was like, oh my gosh, life is hectic enough. The last thing you need is like a problem with your clothes. You know, I didn't tell her exactly. I was too embarrassed to tell her what happened. I was just like, I forgot my regular clothes to wear. And she was like, oh my gosh, you know.
No, but the checklist is true though. When you have so much going on and you're trying to like just like plan ahead and you're like, I got to get my gym clothes. I got to get my regular clothes. I got to get my whatever, my shampoo, my soap. It's just the checklist. It's inevitable to miss stuff. It really is. And like I have that fear too. And mine's the pool just downstairs in my backyard. So just to take stuff downstairs, you know?
Yeah, to carry it down.
Well, I don't have the same story, but like just like 3 days ago, I was doing laps in the evening, which by the way, awesome to do laps in the evening after Allie goes to bed. Ugh, just love it.
Oh, that's nice.
Except I'm trying to find ways to save my hair. Anyway, but I got in, I was ready. I had my music on, like calm music at night so that I can go back and forth and just relax as the sun is setting. And I forgot my goggles. It's just a little thing. It's not the same story, but it's annoying. I'm in the water and I'm not going to get out and go all the way upstairs to get my goggles. But it's not as much fun to go back and forth without goggles. Anyway, I'm done with this. So
That's so funny. Okay. Your goggle story is not the same as me flashing my coworkers potentially.
no, it's not. And I called it. Okay. It is not the same. But I'm just saying that moment where you're like, checklist, and I missed it. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. No, I know. No, you're totally right. And no, I'm just teasing. But you know what? I do think like as parents, especially like working moms, we have so much going on all the time. And our schedules are so packed that even this, like, because my schedule was so packed tightly, I didn't even have time to, like, if you do make a mistake, something does happen, how do you readjust? I had to call someone and be like, hey, I need to change my schedule around. And sometimes that happens with me, like I need to be somewhere and I'm booked. Every half hour of my day is booked starting at 7:30 in the morning, all the way, like yesterday, all the way until 10. And I forgot to do driving time between two of the appointments. And I was like, boom, right there. Everything's screwed up, because I didn't have the time to drive in between.
You are so busy. Wow.
It's just really crazy.
That's a lot of meetings.
I know. It's a lot of meetings. And then, I do a lot of community stuff in the evening. And yesterday we had like the new president for the PLA. We had a reception for him and It was so awesome. And at 7:13, I was like, okay, I need to leave in 12 minutes because got to, next thing on the schedule. But guess what happened? I had such a great time meeting new people that I ended up talking for like an extra 25 minutes.
Of course you did.
And then I looked down at my watch and I'm like, oh, this isn't accounted for in the schedule.
Wow. Well, you need a vacation.
That's why I'm excited about vacation. So tomorrow I'm going to go on vacation for a week and I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, nothing. No plans. No bumper to bumper. Just 1 p.m. relax. 1:05 relax. 1:07 relax. No driving time between relaxing.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm actually thinking about unplugging by like, I have no problem putting my phone and stuff away. That's not an issue. But I think I'm going to actually take my watch off. So I don't even know what time it is. Sometimes when I'm wearing my watch, I actually feel like I'm just checking to see like, okay, what should we be doing next? When you look at the time and you're like, oh, it's 2:00. Oh, should we be prepping for dinner? Or does somebody need like to do something? Is it time to go? Blah, blah, blah. Like just looking at your watch does that. And for some people, I think the phone can do that too, right? You start check email real quick and then boom, you get something from work.
Isn't your watch, your Apple Watch? I don't have that. So it's also connected to your phone, right? Like if you get a new message, you'll get like some sort of notification?
Yeah, I do. My Apple Watch only gives me text messages. It doesn't give me WhatsApp or any social media or email. I have all that stuff off for that reason.
Oh, okay, right. I figure you can control that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and vacations aren't about schedule at all. You just chill. It doesn't matter what time it is. You don't have time to wake up in the morning. You're just chilling.
Well, it depends on what you want to get out of your vacation. I agree with you.
Oh, yeah, but I want to get out. Like, I don't want to do anything because my everyday life, it's always checklists and what's next and thinking ahead. So those are the things out. So vacation is I'm not thinking ahead, no checklist. And I'm really never that interested in seeing the place. I know I suck. I should be a little bit more, I want to see, sightsee. I just want to veg and relax. I taught Allie that too. She thinks vacation's just to veg and do nothing. We taught her very early.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think the other people we're going with will want a mix of both. They'll want to do some stuff since we are in a new place, and then they'll want to chill and just let the kids have fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's why I try to go to places where there's not that much there, like, historically. Like when we went to Hawaii, it's like, okay, we should go see Pearl Harbor, Mm-hmm. But even then I was like, as much as I wanted to, I was like, I just want to relax. So I'm just saying, so since then, because I did feel bad too, I was like, let's just go places where there's nothing. So we can just like justify relaxing the whole time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I admitted that we didn't go see it. And Samir really didn't. That was our honeymoon. So I'm surprised he didn't eject me after that. Like, I married this girl.
So wait, did you end up going or no?
No. I was too like, I don't want to do anything. I was tired too, though. It was right after our wedding.
Yeah.
So that's when you're like, is our honey? Okay, it wasn't right after, but it was like 2 months later. But we had moved. A lot had happened. So I didn't want to do anything. All right, fine. I don't want to do anything. That's me.
That's fine.
I do too much already.
That's your prerogative. That vacation is your time to disconnect.
Yeah, no, and I try not to be on my phone. I mean, over the years, I also like got better about my phone because even on vacations, I used to check it all the time. Like you were just talking about, you just want to check your email just to like just to look at it and make sure there's not a to-do or you just want to delete it, which over time I realized it's all just a dopamine hit. We want that, right? We like that feeling of like deleting stuff and clearing out our emails, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or knowing or being connected. We have like a little bit of work FOMO probably.
Exactly. And I used to like be the worst. I mean, I would have a status update like every second, like 10, 12 years ago, because it's constantly just like, this is what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. So like
on Facebook?
a long time ago. I mean, like Samir and I, like a lot of our relationship was established that way because he was like very witty and always had a little one-liner, and I did. And then he would comment, it would go back and forth. And I had some friends who were like, what are you and Samir talking about today? You might have not been friends with Samir back then because you hadn't met him. This is before. So you wouldn't have seen that exchange.
Yeah, maybe not. I think I wasn't on Facebook very much before either. So I was busy popping out babies.
Yeah, exactly. You were too busy actually being a mom while I was just living the single life in my 30s. So
yeah, I was spending my days like either pregnant or nursing someone.
And your best friend ignoring you because I was on Facebook all the time. No, but over the years, I actually like literally went on like a social media phone diet. Like that's how I look at it. So
how do you do it?
Well, it's like a real diet, right? So like you sit there at some point, you're like, whoa, I really have like, I've been eating, I've been unhealthy. I'm, drinking too much. I'm not working out enough. And oh my God, this is what I weigh, whatever. And then you like, okay, I want to lose weight. So you're like, I want to lose whatever, 20, 30 pounds. The beginning is like a reality check. Like you don't think you eat that much, but when you're actually counting, you're like, wow, I didn't realize. And you're just more cognizant of your habits. So kind of the same thing with social media. When I first started, I was like, oh, I'm not that bad. This is a few years ago when I think I've mentioned this book, something about conversations. I cannot remember the name of the book. Reclaiming Conversation. That's right. So that book actually made me assess, like, do you have your phone on while you're at dinner, even on the table, or when you're at the grocery store and you're in line, like, and I'm like, I do. And then I was like, okay, I want to try to like reduce this. So the first few months, I really recognized how much this is before your phone recognized it for you, screen time.
Right. Wait, so you're saying like when you're in the store at the grocery store and you're standing in line, you don't take your phone out and just see what you missed?
Not now. Not anymore. No. I used to. That's what I'm saying. I went on a social media diet and I used to.
So what do you do?
I try to be present, believe it or not. I like try to like kind of look around. First of all, usually I'm with Allie, so that makes life easier anyway because Allie's with me and we're just, doing our thing, know? Yeah. But if I'm alone, no, I don't check it. And it's not something that came naturally. It's because I was like I worked at it to get to that point, right? When you're at a red light, do you quickly check your phone? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I recognize how much more, like if we had to put like a measurement on it, like time, I want to reduce my social media by 2 hours a day. Not phone too. Social media / phone, text messages, WhatsApp, which all of that's an extension of social media. WhatsApp, group text, all of it.
Yeah. I don't use my phone like when I stop at a traffic light. I'm not doing that. But I don't because I'm in meetings pretty much my entire day, like back to back to back. I miss so many messages, like text messages and WhatsApp, that when I'm like at the grocery store, I'm like waiting at the dry cleaner in line, I'm like, oh, perfect. Finally, now I have a chance. I can just see, whose birthday is it? Whose anniversary is it? Who said good morning to me on WhatsApp?
No, and there's nothing wrong. Honestly, like one of the reasons I could do it is because I had the time to do it. Like what you're saying right now, you don't have as much time. You're sitting there talking about bumper to bumper meetings. So when you don't have the time and then you also go home and then you're doing all these other things and then you have the kids. So I get that. I don't have as much going on, so I can allocate and separate that and say, okay, I'm going to right now be at the grocery store and I'm just going to enjoy this experience, but I have allocated an hour between 5 and 6 to catch up on stuff, to check this, to do that. So it's because I have the time to do it. So I'm not like sitting here like everyone should be able to do it. It's just the process I went through.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The social media diet, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. It's an interesting concept because I was hanging out with my friend Rena a few weeks ago, and she was saying to me, she was like, wow, you're like one of the few people I know who's not constantly on your phone. And I was like, really? Because I feel like I am on my phone, and even especially because of the podcast, I really make an effort to post stuff. You know, I go on Facebook and I go on Instagram and I do my own pictures and stuff. So I am spending time on it. I don't like at least twice or 3 times a day I scroll through, which I think is like the main thing, you know? And she was like, "Oh no, it's definitely less." And so of course I was like, "Well, thank you." And I was all proud of that. And then I was like, wait, is that something to be proud of? Like, social media is not bad. Like, I've reconnected with a lot of friends, like my friend Melissa, who you met a few weeks ago. I reconnected with her on Facebook. And so I haven't decided if it's good or bad or if it's unhealthy.
Social media does have its good thing. I'm saying when it comes at the expense of the people around you. With you were here last week. You're never on your... When you and I are together, the two of us are just present with each other. We talk. We don't sit there like, oh, just hold on a second and here's my phone. I'm seeing if there's something better going on and then I talk to you. We don't do that naturally.
Yeah, seeing if something better is going on online is the perfect way to summarize what so many people do. They're just like, yeah, you're interesting, but are you more interesting than 30-year-old Lisa and 30-year-old Samir who are bantering right now on Facebook? Let's see.
Yeah, exactly. And as interesting as I think I am today, I was way more interesting back then. So
that's really funny.
No, but anyway, I'm just saying that it's just one of those things. Like I was talking about social media diet, and then I did it. But even just like any diet, you feel like you've accomplished something, and then you kind of start to fall back into your old habits, and that happens a lot with me. So even now, sometimes I don't know, a week or two maybe, without even thinking twice, I'm like, oh, let me check my email. Okay, I cleared it. I feel better. And then after 2 weeks, I'm like, oh God. I'm trying not to do that. So it's just like a diet, right? Like you lose 20 pounds, but you regain 3. So it's a constant thing to just be cognizant of, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think it's funny. Well, I have, maybe because I use it less, I don't have a negative thing with social media yet. I know that there are negative effects to social media. I don't feel them. I think we feel them less because we're older and we're like more confident and we're like not really looking for friends. And we're lucky, knock on wood, like we have families that keep us busy. But I know that there are like depression causing effects for young people that are single and that kind of thing. But when I go on Facebook, this is my personality, I think. When I go on Facebook, when I see things like I see my pictures or Instagram, I see my friends post pictures and I think they're cute, I like them. If I think they're like amazing, I love them. Or I'll leave a comment like, oh my gosh, you guys look great. I have met a lot of friends recently, both at work and, personal friends that are like, they will go on stuff and they're like, oh, I saw that you like went to visit your friend Lisa and you posted a picture. I'm like, yeah, you saw that? They're like, yeah. I'm like, but you didn't like it. So I didn't know you saw it. Like, oh, I saw it. I just don't like things. Yeah. And I'm like, what?
See, I'm not trying to be mean to those people, but anyone who actually tells you they saw something and they didn't like it, there's a little lack of emotional intelligence there because just don't say it.
Yeah, but I'm like, that's a little creepy. That's kind of stalkerish. And so I've said this to my friend, like, but like it. Like, I want you to like it because he's so adamant about not liking things. And I'm like, but why won't you like it? And he's just like, nope, too expensive.
Too expensive? What?
And I'm like, what? I'm like, what is wrong with you? And I was just like, I don't get it. But I think it has to do with this currency. Like, people see other people's likes and they're high or they're whatever. And I think it's like, this is my theory. I don't know if this is true. And I think it like creates this kind of jealousy of like, oh, this person got 100 likes and I'm not going to give them a like. They don't need it. They don't deserve it. Whereas I go out there and I'm like, these bees are free. And I'm like, boom, 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 like. But it's creating this counterculture, right?
No, it is. It's funny because I do the opposite. Like, I mean, I'm just like you. If I see something, I like it, you know?
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll see something where someone only has like 2 or 3 and I feel so bad. I may not even like it, but I'll go ahead and like it because I just feel bad.
That's still really nice. But I'm talking about someone who whether it saw something, liked it, but didn't like it.
But my thing is that why do people admit that? Like, I see things sometimes too, and I don't want to like it. And a lot of it's because I maybe... This is just me being like someone's arm broke or something. And I'm like, man, I'm going to have to personally respond to them. And I don't feel like it. So I'm going to pretend I never saw it.
Oh my gosh. You look at things and you're like, oh, people in my social network are experiencing social hardship, but I'm not going to give them any consolation.
But I won't mention it to them. I won't say, hey, I saw it on Facebook. Because then 1, they'll know that I saw it and I didn't like it publicly. And 2, I didn't reach out to them. Like, why would I admit that? I'm just not going to admit it.
Yeah, because they don't think there's anything wrong with it, clearly.
Well, yeah, but
right.
But I will say I even came along with that. So you and I are different there. I don't think you were ever as it's like me being really fat and then like losing the weight.
Yeah.
It's same with like social media. I think that I was really like fat social. Like I was really like addicted about 10 years ago. And if I didn't get enough likes, it would affect me and it would affect my day. And over the years, I realized that I can't live like that. And there's something, I shouldn't be seeking that level of validation from especially people that, like people in fifth grade, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
with math class in fifth grade.
That you're not even that close with.
So I actually, part of that diet actually was also that. Like, I'm going to post something. And if I had an honest conversation with myself and I was like, if it's going to affect me, if I don't get as many likes as I'd like and it's going to affect me, then I'm not posting it because I know it's going to bother me, right? Mm-hmm. Because I'm doing it for that reason. And then over time, like, and then I stopped posting as much. And then I've gotten to the point now where I barely post and I'm barely on it.
Right.
But I got to the point without even thinking about it, which was really cool. Like, I remember doing a post, I don't know, a few years ago. And then like a few days went by. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, Samir, I never even went back to see that post. And then I went back and got whatever likes. And I never thought about it. And that to me was an accomplishment.
Oh, wow. That is really good.
Because I'd gone from a person who's obsessed with it to like not thinking about it. So yeah, I think the only thing that I am still, and I'm just to be honest, would be videos because I put a lot into my videos. Mm-hmm. So videos, I am kind of like, oh, I want the likes. I'm hoping to get past that, but because it's my profession, you know? So.
Yeah, and you put a lot of time into it.
I do. I mean, if it's just a status update, whatever. Now it's funny to us. Like, I think Samir had one. And, like, he checked and he had, like, maybe 3 likes. And it was really witty. I think one of them was Param, which we consider a quality like. I was like, dude, Param liked it. So you know it's funny, right?
It's like a higher weighted system.
Yes, exactly.
And Param is also one, Param is not stingy with his likes, but he's not one to really go out there and, like, throw the likes around like confetti like I do. So he's a little discerning, you know, but still loving. So I think that's like a good quality. Like
I said, and he's funny as heck. So it's like, we know.
Yeah, he's valid and he's hilarious.
We've gotten the Param seal of approval.
That's right. This reminds me of this Hemingway quote that I had on my desk when I had a desk for the longest time, for like 3-4 years. I had this quote. And I'll tell you, the quote is, "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self."
Ah.
And I love that because that's why I give out the likes. I'm like, I'm not comparing myself to anyone else. I'm comparing myself to the person I was yesterday.
Right. And that should be the case in all aspects of life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was raised that way. You know, my mom and dad were always very much like, well, what did you do? And if ever, you know, I remember a couple times in 3rd, 4th grade, my parents would say like, oh, you know, what happened in this class? Like, why didn't you get a certain grade or whatever? And I would say like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't be picking on me. You know, I always get A's, or I get like, you know, all A's, 1B. Look at these kids. They like fail all the time. You know, you just like try to deflect.
Yeah. Should have worked for the Trump administration.
Yeah, exactly. Both my mom and my dad, they just stopped me and they were like, no, this is not about them. This is not about your brother. It's not about your sister. This is about you and what you're capable of and what potential you have. And now I look back, I'm like, that is such great parenting.
It's very good parenting. Because we do tend to compare, and parents compare with other kids, and that doesn't help the child.
Totally, yeah. And I know a lot of Punjabi parents that compare in like a demeaning way. They'll say like, oh, why can't you be? They'll be like, oh, why can't you be more like so-and-so? They're so great.
Oh, yeah, that happens so much in our culture. Or they'll find like if it's not their child, they'll find something like I know years ago when I talk about I'm doing films or whatever. Oh, okay. And they use that as an opportunity to talk about someone else who's doing something but doing it better than you.
Yeah.
I'm like, geez.
Like, oh, really? So you're going to go into film? So-and-so is a doctor.
So-and-so's kid is doing blah, blah, and won an Oscar.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Or so-and-so became a lawyer. I guess Samir's parents never said that because Samir became both an engineer and a lawyer, and he's so freaking overachieving. But for the rest of us.
Right. Yeah, for us.
No, but now I look back and I'm like, oh, I don't know if my parents, I don't know if they consciously said like, no, we're going to make her measure herself in a different way and look at others as a support network and not someone to compare with. But I'm not competitive. And one of my friends, like I said, like, oh, I'm not competitive at all. And he was like, yeah, that's why you always lose. I'm like, yes, yeah, I probably do. Like I am maybe like in my career, not as far along as I should be. And in my weight, my personal weight and my fitness, I'm not as skinny as I need to be. And, as a mom, I'm not like as good of a mom that's like getting trophies and stuff, but I'm happy. So I'm like, does that count for something?
And all of that is not true, but okay.
It is true. I measure my momness by how big my zoom lens is when we go to see our kids perform in plays and in orchestra. Like I go there and sometimes I usually just have my phone, but sometimes I'll take my camera and I just take like one lens, right? And I just carry my camera in my hand because we walk to the school. I don't take like my big camera bag. And then last time there was a lady sitting next to us and she had this huge zoom lens that was probably like 100 millimeter zoom. And she was like, oh, I just use this because then I get like really tight shots of my kid. And I was like, you are a way better parent than I am. You're winning. You're killing it right now. I was like, you deserve those pictures much more than I do.
Wow. At least you have a camera. I use my iPhone and I'm the one sitting in the middle of the auditorium.
Yeah, me too. I do that too. But you know what I do more than anything else to really like what's the opposite of one-upping? I'm like one-downing the whole mom game is I don't even take video that much. I'll take one picture and like 5-10 seconds of video. But that's mostly for my parents. What I do is mostly like I use the audio. I use like my audio recording. And because I'm like, oh, if my daughter's singing or my son's playing the violin, I want to hear it because that's what they're doing. I record audio and then I listen to it later.
I feel like we're competing on downing now because I don't even have my camera.
Yeah, which is funny because short people like us should not even just go to shows because the world was not made for us.
We should just watch it on video that some other parent got. Thank you.
I actually have like a really great idea that I am too like lazy to implement because I think it'll fall on more work for me. I think the school should just be like, you don't need your phones and video. We will do like a professional recording up from the ceiling onto the stage. They should record it and then just put it out on their Facebook or give it to the parents or even sell it.
And I should go into business doing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
You should do that so that people don't have to mess with like, oh, so-and-so's hand like went in front of me or like someone stretched their hands out, and block my view. Just have a good view.
What you said was key from the top because people do hire these professional camera people, but they're all the way on the other side and they're just far away from the kids, So they should have a better angle.
Wait, there's professional camera people being hired for like ballet recitals in Virginia?
Yeah. Allie's ballet recital, there's one.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Oh my gosh. Can I do a mom quote for a second? This is what my mom used to say to me because her mom used to say it to her. So I guess it's a grandma quote. If you're doing all this now, what are you going to do when you get married?
Yeah, it's true. That's why I don't record, and neither do you. Or we record from far away. That's why we record from far away.
So our children will feel very special when they're getting married.
That's why they hire like 10 camera people. On that note, don't record anything on vacation. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I won't document any memories at all.
Great.
Come on, you know me. I'm always taking pictures.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying don't record anything. Just enjoy. Relax.
Okay.
Veg. I'll tell Allie to teach you the art of vegging.
Can she write a book or do a puppet show about it and send it to me?
She can do a puppet show and then she can follow up with a book in a few years when she can write.
Oh, that's awesome. It could be a picture book, Are you guys doing anything? Do you have any vacation plans?
Not really, because our house is a vacation, with the pool and everything. So every day's a vacation.
Oh, yeah.
It's been awesome. We've been in the pool. Allie's like really stepped it up. In just 2 weeks, the girl can swim, like underwater. She can go from one side to the other.
Oh, nice. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to send you a video. I can't believe how quickly she went. The teacher couldn't believe it. And I was like, she's just adamant now to swim.
That just goes to show you practice, just doing something every day, how much better you can get. And pool safety is like a real important thing. Like, I'm glad she knows how to swim because I have personally known people who've had accidents with their children, and it can be really scary.
Yeah, and actually one of the games, quote unquote games that we play is I take her to the middle and I'm like, all right, I'm going to drop you. You pick 3 sides. Pretend that you were here and you fell in the pool. Mommy and daddy aren't here. You're not going to panic. This is just to teach her that. And you pick a side and you go swim to the corner. And she goes, okay. And I drop her and she swims.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good.
So, because the thing is, even if she knows how to swim a little bit, even now, though, she's not allowed without her floaties unless one of us is there, Samir or me.
Right.
So, Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's really important. And then I always used to tell my parents and my sister and brother when they were watching the kids with me, like, not even for a second. Don't even think like, oh, I'm going to run real quick and just get a glass of water. You can't, because you never know. Like, because of the panic. It's not the not knowing how to swim. It's the panic of something happening.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's not the part about not knowing how to swim. I mean, even if I'm with her and I have to go to the bathroom, I'm like, you're coming with me. I just don't allow her. Even with her floaties on, I just don't. You're like, don't.
Everybody out. It's a break time.
Yep.
Right?
We're all going potty.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I love the idea that you live in a place that's like a paradise, because then you don't have to go anywhere. And you don't have to worry about wearing your dress the wrong way and rushing home to switch it.
Nope, just goggles left upstairs.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, I hope you have a great time. I'll talk to you when I get back from vacation. And as always, thanks for listening.